Hello, welcome, and thank you guys for all coming to Meet Your Candidates Night hosted by Jay Campbell. It is great to see you all here. My name is Ben Kaplan, and I'm the director of Tufts Votes, which is a nonpartisan student coalition made up of the Tufts Democrats, the Tufts Republicans, the Tufts Center for Cooperation and Innovation in Citizenship, Civic for short, and the Tufts chapter of the Andrew Goodman Foundation's Vote Everywhere initiative. Tufts Votes seeks to promote civic participation on the Tufts campus through education, engagement, and outreach. And it is our pleasure and our privilege to sponsor tonight's event. So thank you for coming. In Medford and Somerville, as in most cities that host a college campus, it can often be difficult to bridge the divide between campus and community, between transient college students and longtime local residents. As guests in this community, I firmly believe that it is the responsibility of each individual Tufts student to meet residents of Medford and Somerville where they are and actively seek out ways to contribute to the community in a positive and productive way. Now, we at Tufts Votes believe that active civic engagement in Medford and Somerville is an excellent first step to bringing all of us closer together. That is why when Jay Campbell reached out to me a few months ago and asked Tufts Votes to help put on this event, I was immediately excited to see just how we could get involved. Moving forward, Tufts Votes has partnered with the Medford Community Coalition to run a voter registration drive in Medford, where we hope to continue in the spirit of cooperation. Now, I sincerely hope that tonight's event, and indeed all of the work that we're doing this election cycle, will cultivate lasting relationships between Tufts, Medford, and Somerville that will bring all three of our communities closer together. I call upon you, residents and leaders in Medford and Somerville, to help foster these close relationships with Tufts, both in the political sphere and beyond, because we are far better off when we work together than when we work apart. With that, I am proud to introduce Jay Campbell. Thank you, and have a good night.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So I just want to start by thanking Ben, because really, if it wasn't for Ben and Tufts Votes, we wouldn't be here right now. So I'm thrilled that we're all here. So thank you so much. And we got great assistance from Tufts University, from Barbara, from Sue, from the whole staff. It's been absolutely fantastic. So I'm really hoping that this is the first of every 2 years. So Barbara, thank you. You signed up. You know, when we started to do this, we wanted people to come here to feel comfortable, to really be engaged, learn about all the different candidates. I've met some of the candidates for the first time tonight. You know, how do you meet them? And that's why we created this. I really believe that all the residents of Medford have the opportunity and the right to meet all the candidates, and all the candidates should have the right and the opportunity to meet all of us. So thank you all for taking part in this. This is absolutely fantastic. Just to let you know, what we're going to do is that each candidate will have about 3 minutes to speak. There's a clock right behind us, so they're going to be able to see it. And then both candidates running for mayor will take 5 minutes. After they've spoken, we're going to ask them to go ahead over to the Alumni Lounge, where they've set up some of their area, and it gives us the opportunity, after a few minutes that they've been in there, I'll ask all of us to go over and meet with them. So it's absolutely fantastic. Some of the things that we did, we requested that there are no political signs, no sign holding. We asked that no one sign up on sheets for any type of extra things. We want to keep it focused on the candidates. So I want to thank everyone who did that, who honored that, and who didn't do everything else. So what I want to do right now is ask the school committee candidates to come on up. Yeah, that's you. Come on.
Hello, my name is John Amaralt, and I am a first-time candidate for the Medford School Committee. I am proud to call myself a lifelong resident of this city. However, over the last few months, as I have walked the streets, knocked on doors, talked to people, I've come across one common theme that really seems to echo from just about every corner of the city. And that is the need, the desire, and the willingness to engage in positive changes. Being a school committee candidate, I am obviously most concerned with seeing those changes enacted at the school level, and I believe I am one of the best, most qualified candidates to make those changes happen. I graduated from Boston College in 2013 with a degree in political science, and I also hold a master's degree in education from Boston University. Throughout college, I had the opportunity to work as a substitute teacher in the Medford school system, and I worked at every school and at just about every grade level, so I have a pretty unique perspective as to how each school functions and operates on a day-to-day basis. Most importantly, though, I am currently a history teacher at Arlington High School, and if elected, would be the only current practicing school teacher on the Medford School Committee. This is a teacher's perspective, a teacher's voice, and a teacher's vision is something that Medford has lacked for several years on the school committee, but with your help, we can change that in November. Every morning, I go to school and I work with students. I work with other teachers. I work with parents. I work with administrators, and I work with the members of the union. And to have someone with that level of background knowledge and that level of understanding of how the educational system and the educational processes work would be hugely beneficial, not only to the Medford School Committee itself, but also to the parents, the students, the teachers, and the administrators of this community. I believe that there are several challenges, issues facing the school system currently, and I am running a little bit low on time, so I will be happy to talk to you more about those at my table, but I will outline those briefly for you right now. The first is the budget. How are we choosing to allocate the money in the $53 million school budget? The second is I believe there is a communication breakdown between the school committee and concerned residents and parents. I've talked to several of them who seem to have said such to me. And the third thing is I believe we need to come up with a 5 or 10 year plan for how our schools are going to grow and thrive into the next decade, and that will allow our students to successfully compete with surrounding communities as well as private and charter schools that are popping up, seems to be everywhere these days. So I want to thank you for taking the time out of your nights to come down here and hear what we have to say. Once again, my name is John Amaralt, and I am running for Medford School Committee, and I urge you to get out there on November 3rd and cast a vote. And I respectfully ask for one of your 6 votes for our school committee on that day. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Anne-Marie Cunha. I would like to thank everyone for taking the time out of your busy schedules. I would like to also acknowledge Tufts University for their hospitality in hosting us this evening, and to Jay Campbell for his hard work and commitment for such a wonderful and successful gathering. So here I am again. It seems like yesterday, but this is my 10th year. If anyone would have told me 10 years ago I would have been involved with politics, I would have told them, with all due respect, that they were totally crazy. And as I have learned, never to say never. So as I'm seeking re-election for my 6th term, I could not be happier, nor could I ever imagine doing anything else but seeking another term on the Medford School Committee. My experience as a Medford School Committee member is more than I could have ever imagined. It has been a lot of hard work, but a wonderful learning experience. I am humbled knowing the people in the city of Medford have put their trust in me and have given me the opportunity to represent and advocate for the city I truly believe in and take pride in. I have been a lifelong resident in the city, and I am a graduate of the Medford Public School System. I graduated from the University of Lowell, earning my bachelor's degree in bachelor's of science degree in foreign languages and criminal justice. My husband, Michael Cunha, and I have been married for 28 years and have 4 boys that range from the ages of 27 years old to 17 years old. 2 out of the 4 attend the Medford Public School System. Our eldest children are Medford High School graduates. Our eldest son, Michael, received his master's degree and as a social worker, continuing his certifications and licensures to pursue his career as a child psychologist. Our middle son, Marcello, has recently graduated from St. Anselm's College, continuing his graduate degree at Boston College in mental health studies. Kind of shows you what type of family we're becoming. Our youngest, Massimo Matteo, are seniors at Medford High School. Any policy or issue that affects this community also affects the people I treasure the most, my children. I would like to take this opportunity to share some of the work I've been part of over the past few years. I was a founder of the Summer Fun program, the Medford Fit for Life 5K, and a co-chair of the Energy Smackdown program. I have and still serve as the vice chair on the finance subcommittee of Shore Collaborative, as well as the board of directors. I have served as vice chair and chair of Division II of the Massachusetts Association of School Committees, or MASC, as it is referred to. However, with everything else I get involved in, I continue advocating and learning. So, since I did not have anything else to do in my spare time, I decided to run for a position on the MASC Executive Board. I was elected as Secretary-Treasurer, President-elect, and served as President in 2014. And now I am serving as immediate past president for the Massachusetts Association of School Committees. I have also had the pleasure of chairing and forming the Committee for the Renovation of the Marcia Karen Theater and preside as chair on the Buildings and Grounds Subcommittee. I am a participating member of the School-Wide Recycle Committee, the Medford High School Pool Committee, the MHS Site Council, and the Band Parent Group. I've had the opportunity with Representative Donato to host anti-bullying educational forums for our parents and students. I've been given the honor to be appointed by the governor, DeVal Patrick, and now our present governor, to serve on the Local Government Advisory Committee. Member of the Board of Directors for the Malden YMCA representing the City of Medford, a member of the State Park Advisory Board, a member of the State Budget Foundation Committee, and has served on the National School Board Association of Nominating Committees. I am proud and excited to say, in the last 2 years, along with my colleagues, we have approved a $3 million plus implementation of a citywide technology system, a $2.5 million renovation of the Medford High School pool, and our latest project of the $16 million reconstruction state-of-the-art science facility. Over these past 10 years, I believe I have brought changes, fresh ideas, and integrity to the Medford School Committee. I've not only represented the City of Medford as a Medford School Committee member, but also in the different positions on a state level. I've been honored to serve in various positions with the purpose not only to educate myself, but to bring back and share what I've learned with my colleagues and constituents. By involving myself with the MASC, I'm not only advocating as a board member for the state of Massachusetts and the national level, but by doing so, I believe I have given Medford a seat at the table to discuss important issues, a position from what I understand has never been held by any other Medford School Committee member. The bottom line is, serving in the Medford School Committee does not begin every other night on a Monday night. It is a position I respect and work for each and every day. My philosophy when I begin this journey was, at the end of the day, I need to know I have stayed true to myself and the people I represent each and every decision I make. I thank you all for this evening for coming, and I am really looking forward for everyone to stop by the table. So thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for attending. My name is Erin DiBenedetto, and I'm running for the office of school committee. I've proven to be a leader who has experience and relationships to deliver solid leadership in Medford. Having served 2 terms on the Medford School Committee, I will bring my record of fighting for the residents and community organizing to our city, and will continue to work to make sure everyone in our district has an opportunity to succeed. I've lived in Medford since 1987 with my husband Joe and my 2 children. Both are beautiful, Joey and Caitlin. Both have graduated from Medford High School and have recently graduated from college. Before joining the school committee, I was that mother. I served the Medford community as vice president of Medford High School PTO and co-organizer of the Medford Prom Dress Shop, my favorite, which dressed over 500 girls. with new gowns that could go to prom. I enjoyed being the coordinator and fundraiser for the post-prom party for our juniors so they were safe after attending the junior prom. I enjoyed, mostly, I was extremely happy being the band orchestra parent, the crew mom, the Medford soccer youth coach, and every other aspect that you are doing with your children now. In 2011, my youngest, Caitlin, graduated, and I decided to run for Medford School Committee because I felt the work that I had done as a parent, an advocate for the students of Medford, was really good work and made a large impact on the programs that we now offer in Medford. And I felt like my voice would be missed if I weren't there any longer. Once elected, I hit the ground running, working with other members of my school committee to ensure we had a balanced budget without any need for supplemental appropriations. The committee has creatively and resourcefully developed additional revenue resources. The planning and implementation of our $3.3 million science and technology upgrade went beautifully. I mean, our technology upgrade. Our science labs are state-of-the-art. They're amazing. Not only are they great for our high school students, but they also offered new programming for our vocational students. We've added 5 programs and 2 more pending. This project cost $14 million, $8 million of which was funded by the state and not by the residents of Medford. As a committee, we reviewed new legislation, submitted medical emergency plans, concussion and bullying plans to the state. We were involved in interviewing and hiring new principals and leaders throughout our community. Throughout it all, I've always tried to be the voice of the parents and the students that are in our community. My job as a special education coordinator at Prospect Hill Academy for the last 20 years gives me a unique insight into improving our schools. I'm at the day-to-day administrative level at another district. I know what the acronyms mean, I know what we're mandated to have in our schools, and I make sure that our people are accountable for that. What I've learned from my many years of community involvement is that some of the best ideas in government, they come from the neighborhoods. They don't come from the bureaucrats. And I listen to the voters and parents and teachers and students of our community. The voters of Medford rewarded my hard work by re-electing me in citywide elections, and I'm in front of you this evening asking you for your vote on November 3rd to continue my work for all of our Medford's children. Thank you for your time. Have a great evening, and I'll see you at the table.
I just want to ask a quick special request. Please keep it to 3 minutes, because otherwise we'll be here until 10 o'clock tonight.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kathy Kretz. I'm a first-time candidate for Medford School Committee. I just want to thank Jay Campbell and Tufts for letting us be here tonight. I'm going to begin by telling you a little bit about myself, my background, and my family. I'm a lifelong Medford resident. I graduated Medford High School, class of 1986. I graduated Suffolk University in 1990 with a bachelor's degree. My son currently attends Medford Vocational Technical High School. He's enrolled in the engineering program, and he's a sophomore. My husband, Patrick, also attended Medford Vocational Technical High School. I'm currently serving as chairperson on the committee for engineering at Medford Vocational Technical High School. So as you can see, the Mustang runs deep, blue and white runs deep in my family. We went through Medford High School. So I have extensive work experience. I have 25 years working in different facets and organizations. I was an entrepreneur. I established my own licensed family daycare business. Currently, I work at Mass Teachers Retirement System, which is the pension plan for the Commonwealth's public school educators. Some of the key issues I'd like to address as a school committee member are, first and foremost, safety. At this day and age, we just need to make sure that the campuses are safe in the school, on the playgrounds, and going to the buses. Secondly, I'd like to work with the police and the guidance counselors on, assisting their middle school and high school students with the drug awareness program. It's something that's very important to educate the students, and it's something that's very near and dear to me in my heart. Also, I've been hearing from a lot of parents who have mentioned to me all the additional standardized testing is causing a lot of stress on the students in the classrooms and at homes, and it's not giving them the time to work on the curriculum. I'd like to work with the students, the teachers, the parents and administrations to see if there's anything we can do to lessen the stress. Some of my better qualities are I'm organized, I'm approachable, I'm a go-getter, I love to see things get done, and I just really like helping people. And that's all I want to say about myself. I just want to thank everybody who's here tonight. We really appreciate your support. I look very forward to meeting everybody who can stay after the event. Everybody speaks. And I hope you all enjoy candidates tonight. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming out tonight to support all of your local government's candidates. My name is David McKillop Jr., and I'm a first-time candidate for school committee. A little bit about myself. I just recently graduated from St. Anselm College this past May. Freddie Delarusso. That means that I recently graduated from Medford High School, which was in 2011. That makes me the youngest candidate running for school committee. I'm 22 years old, even though I look 10 years older than John Amirault. And even though that title comes with kind of a backlash, because that's what Chris Murphy ran on for two terms, so sorry about that. More about me. I am a lifelong resident of Medford. I went through Medford Public Schools my entire life, from preschool all the way through high school. I know the system, I know the administrators, I know the teachers, I know the students. And it's really exciting for me to come back home from my college years and know that it's an election year and that my time is now. And being a political science major, I learned so much from school, and let's talk about my ambition. I announced that I was going to run for school committee while I was still in college. So just put that in the forefront of your mind. I already knew what I was going to do when I came back home. I want to thank all the teachers that I had throughout the years, and I didn't know if you guys know, I saw you, but Mr. Milne, he was my history teacher my junior year. Hi. Miss Grant, all the way in the back, was my Andrews Middle School music teacher. I still hold close relationships with my teachers, and I'm happy that they're around the room supporting us and the candidates. A little bit about what I'm fighting for. There's two big things. One is the voice for the students. Being a recently graduated person from St. Anselm and being recently graduated from Medford High School allows me to be in that mindset of the student. Sometimes the student voice isn't heard enough. Sometimes they're afraid to come forward with their ideas. They don't know who to express it to. I want to be that person. I want to be that man that they can come to and know that we are friends. We're friendly all up here. I'm sure that everybody else up on the stage wants to be that voice for those kids too. Because the kids are the ones that are being affected by the decisions we are making. And I want to make sure that they're at the forefront of our minds when we're making those decisions. My second big thing, it actually happened on Community Day this past Sunday, and thank you for everybody that came by. I was talking to a couple of parents, and they said that they're thinking about moving their students out of the city for better education. This is something that I have known about for a while, but listening to these parents this past Sunday really got me going on this idea. Why is Medford education not gaining the experience of these students? I want these students to have the experience that I had, and where it led me to today, standing on this stage talking in front of all of you as a candidate for school committee. My education in Medford Public Schools allowed me to be here. I want to make sure that those parents know that their concerns need to be heard as well. And being on the school committee, we are there for them as well. And I talked to a couple of parents this past Sunday at Community Day, like I said, and they were surprised that I was standing there and listening to them. They're like, you're not even on the school committee yet, but you're the first person I talked to about this. And that made me really happy to know that they felt comfortable talking and voicing their concerns. And I want to bring those to the table when I'm elected. So remember, on November 3rd, vote for David McKillop Jr., a new voice and a new vision for school committee. Thank you.
I used to be the tallest and I used to be the youngest person running, but not anymore. All right, my name is Chris Murphy. I am a candidate for the Medford School Committee. Before I start tonight, I have to take just a second to wish a happy birthday to my lovely wife. Her birthday is today, and she couldn't make it. She has parent-teacher night tonight, so I figured in front of a couple hundred people, why not throw a birthday show? Let me give you just a little background about myself. Service to this city is something that is in my DNA. My grandfather, God rest his soul, spent 44 years of his life giving back to the DPW of the city. My uncle and late godfather gave 31 years of his life to this city in the DPW. My wife's grandfather gave 32 years to the fire department of the city, and my wife, for taking a job in Everett, spent 4 years as a paraprofessional and permanent sub before taking a teaching job in Everett. So I have 109 years, I believe, of service to the city in my family, and I look forward to hopefully adding on to that. Give you a brief thing about myself also. 11 years ago, I had the darkest day in my life. I had to leave Medford High School, where at Medford High School, I have basically had just about any kind of experience that any student could need. I was a student athlete. I know what it's like to have to balance academics while also playing on a team. From the time I was in first grade all the way up to my graduation at Medford High School, I had an IEP. So I know what kids with IEPs and needing that extra help go through every day. I was a class officer. I knew what it's like to be a leader and be a role model in my school. This is something that I've wanted to do since I was about 7 years old. I went into the mayor's office. I fell in love with local government. And ever since then, I've wanted to give back. Just to give you a couple ideas of things that I think we need to do. We have a great vocational school that's going better and better, and we need to add to that and give that school the support it needs to make it one of the top qualities in the state. We have to start looking at investing money into a maintenance budget. We have a lot of newer schools that are actually 15 years old and not so new anymore. We need to start investing in maintenance to those schools. We need to continue to work together as a whole, trying to educate kids on the problems of substance use disorder and trying to educate our kids early on to try to prevent those problems. I am a big guy. I have a big heart. And I'm sure all these people back here will tell you that we all will say that, you know, I will work the hardest, I will work the hardest. But I will tell you that no one will work harder than I. No one will give the passion I can. And I ask that you on November 3rd vote for Chris Murphy for school committee and make the third time a charm. Thank you and have a good night.
Good evening, and thank you for being here. My name is Mia Quinma Stone, and I am honored, humbled, and excited to run for Medford School Committee. I am a lifelong Medford resident. My husband, Tim, and I have six children, ages 3 to 13, all attending Medford Public Schools. Our oldest is in 7th at the Andrews Middle School, then our next 4 are at the Roberts Elementary, and our last little guy, at least Tim says it's our last, is at the Medford Early Education Program. Declan, our youngest, will graduate from Medford High School in 2029, so I am invested